So can anyone confirm me? You can see my screen, you can hear my voice clearly.
Yes, Harish.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
first of all, I would like to welcome each one of you to our Azure Fundamental Training Program. And this is not only Azure Fundamental, you will also learn about the basics of the cloud computing here. Uh, my name is Harish, and over the next few sessions, we will learn Azure in a completely different way. Uh, you know, uh,
Harish, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Someone is
please,
not able to hear you.
okay. Uh, Karan,
Karan is pinged. Yeah.
yeah, Karan, please go ahead. Karan, can you hear me?
I think he should rejoin again because we can hear you completely fine.
Okay. So, Karan, I think there is some issue with your probably headphone, or you're using the speaker of the laptop or desktop. You can chat us if you want. You can type over the chat. If I can fix it out, anything from my side. Can you hear me, Karan? You are on mute, Karan. Okay. So, guys, I think there is some technical issue with Karan. So, let's review who all are in today. So, we have Viswajit, and we have Himanshu, we have Abhijit, we have Karan, we have Kuldeep, we have Manu, we have Sharat, and we have Vasim. So, again, I will say a warm welcome to all of you in this session. And as I mentioned in the orientation class, that our focus will be purely on the architecture. So we will be learning the concept and then the lab practices. So let's start the session. My name is Harish, and over the next few sessions you will be learning the Azure in a different way, which I can say, if I compare to the courses available over online and the internet or the market, right? Because I focus on the concept first. So yes, for today's session you will learn the concept, you will learn the theory, and in tomorrow's session we will be working on the Azure portal. So I will show you the Azure portal today, what it looks like, and how the GUI look like for Azure. But yes, we will be doing the lab practices in tomorrow's sessions. Today's session we will understand the concept of the cloud computing and the Azure fundamental. I hope that will be okay with everyone.
Sir, I have one question for you.
Yeah, please.
Before going to start your topic, uh, is there any part for Azure Data Factory in your course?
Sorry, your voice is too low. Can you please say again? I just increased the volume.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Uh,
I understand the audio.
uh,
You can go ahead.
Before you are going to start today's topic, are you covering any topic which is related to Azure Data Factory?
Yes. So we are going step by step, right? So first, today's session, you will learn about the cloud computing and the Azure fundamental. In tomorrow's session, you will be working on the Azure portal. Why, you will be creating the resource group, the machine, virtual machines, the virtual network, the storage, and the SQL server instance, SQL database. You will be working on each of the required component. And then once you will be creating the storage there, right, you will upload a data there, right, a sample of the data there. And then you will start working on the Azure Data Factory to move the data, correct? Once the data is there available for the transformation, then we will be working on the Azure Databricks to write the notebook to perform the transformations. Yeah, is it clear? Wasim, is that answer your query? Guys, can you hear me, Wasim?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Get it.
Okay, so my overall logic is to make you understand the word that is why. Yeah, and then we will see how, right? So we will try to give the answer what, why, and how. Yeah, how will be our lab practices. Yeah. Okay, so before we begin, let me ask you all a simple question here. How many of you have used WhatsApp today? It's a very a silly question. I can say in today's era we all are using WhatsApp, but some people say, okay, I do not generally use WhatsApp. Sometimes I use, sometimes not, right? So I will say, how many of you? Or I can say, how many of you open Instagram or maybe YouTube? See, why I'm asking you guys? Yeah, why I'm asking you? We all are actually using these type of social networking application and other cloud application on daily basis, right? But we never think about the background, right? Almost every one of us has already used cloud computing today, right? Without even realizing it. Yeah. So now let me ask another question. When you open WhatsApp, where was WhatsApp actually running? Give me the answer one by one. What do you think? Where your WhatsApp is running actually?
In cloud.
Exactly. Well said. Yeah. So if you are thinking that my WhatsApp is running in my cell phone or on my desktop or on my Android application, operating system, no, it is not. It is running over the cloud, right? Somewhere else. Yeah. So WhatsApp is not actually running on your phone. Your phone is only showing you the screen, right? It is just like front end. Yeah. Okay, think about it. If your phone were actually storing everyone's message, how would your friend instantly receive a message while sitting in another city or maybe another location, probably another state or country, whatever? When you push any message, it just go there, right? And your friends or your colleagues or your relatives just receive the message instantly. Yeah. And if your phone is doing something or is storing the message, it will be a time that your phone will be full, right? And it will be very soon, and it will not go instantly there, right? Yeah. So there are thousands of powerful computers which are actually running behind the scene to handle your data. Yeah. So those computers stores your message, process your request, authenticate your login, and then send the result back to your maybe friend's phone or relatives, whatever, right? So your phone is actually acting like a window. The real work is happening somewhere else. Yeah, is that clear, guys? Everyone? Okay,
Yes,
so yeah, I can just make one more example, guys. I'm just taking time to make you understand because it's a first class, so we should understand the basics. Maybe some of you have a great knowledge about the cloud, and maybe there is one person who does not understand what is cloud. Yeah, what does it mean by? Yeah, so I have to take care of each one of you to make you understand from the ground level, and my learning approach will be from bottom to up. So you will learn from the scratch, right? So if you do not anything, you will be well versed post the completion of the sessions, right? So just imagine, in a restaurant you sit at your table. Okay, you go there, you sit at your table, yeah, and then you open the menu. There is a menu, right? You see the menu, what all items are there, can be ordered, and you order something. Let's say an example that you order something, let's say a pizza. Yeah. Now tell me one thing. Did the food which you have received that was cooked on your table? Just say yes or no.
No, in a
No?
restaurant kitchen.
Yeah. How it happened? Yeah, it was prepared inside the kitchen, right? There is a waiter simply brought to you, right? Yeah. Your mobile phone works exactly the same way. The phone is your dining table, your table where you are taking the food, right? The internet is working as a waiter. Yeah? The server is acting as a kitchen, and it's, all the data is being processed there, right? The kitchen is where all the real works happen actually. Yeah. So your server, correct? So there is a server, there is an internet, and then you have the users. Getting that, guys? Yeah.
Yep.
So let me just remove one fear
Yes.
that many of the beginners have. Yeah. Some of you might be thinking, I have never worked on cloud, or let's say Azure. Yeah. Or maybe I'm not from a cloud background to understand the Azure, very well. Or perhaps I have only worked with SQL server, or that is on-premise, or Power BI, a visualization tool. Don't worry. This course has been intentionally designed for complete beginners. So I'm not saying that if you are a professional, you cannot join this course. Definitely, you will get a lot of things there which can help you to enhance your knowledge which you already possess. Right? So we are going to start from absolute basics. That is my way of teaching. Right? Yeah, getting. So even today we are not even talking about the Azure. I'm not saying about complete Azure. I can say, or you can say the deep Azure. We will discussing the Azure, but not deeply, right? Because we are going to work on the Azure portal rather, right? In the later session, we are going to understand the computers first. I'm not sure how many people are there who actually understand the computer's hardware or computer's functionality. Do you understand the computer? Many of us say yes, right? We understand because we daily work on laptop or desktop, right? But what is there inside the computer? Who is actually working for you 24/7? Yeah. Is it clear, guys? Till now, any question? Any query?
Clear, bhai.
Yeah.
No, sir, no question.
Okay. So let's move towards the roadmap. How we are going, step by step. So that now everyone knows what we are going to learn actually. So let's quickly look at today's roadmap. I want you to show exactly how this 2-hour journey is structured, right? So today's structure I'm just talking about. I'm not talking about the later sessions. It is just today's structure which I have actually, designed how we are going there. So. Before we start learning, right, I always believe it is important to know where we are going, right? So we will be learning the foundation first. And I want everyone to remember one thing. We are not starting the Azure directly, right? We are starting with computers. Computer, and even if you go inside the computer, we have different components, and the major components are CPU, that is, we say central processing unit, the processor, and the RAM, random access memory, yeah, and the storage, right? So here the life starts, right? So from the basics, from the computer's component, then we are going gradually towards the server and data center, then probably regions, yeah, sorry, availability zones and the reasons, right? We will understand those concepts step by steps. Yeah. Any question till now, guys? Anyone? And
No.
why? Yeah. If you have question, you can raise your hand. Yeah. and you can ask any question anytime. You are free to ask. We will first understand what is an application, what actually happens when we open any, let's say, Gmail, right? What is a CPU? What is a RAM, a storage, and then a server, and then the data center. Yeah, please go ahead if you have any question. No? Okay. Once you understand these concepts, Azure will become very easy. Guys, one thing I want to make sure, because in the previous sessions I have seen that people were starting questioning that are we learning Fabric or are we learning Azure? Because my session is designed in a way that you will be feeling that you are learning Azure, and you will forget for some time that you are here for the Fabric. Guys, the main course is Fabric. We are learning everything from the Fabric, but the Azure is an ecosystem where Fabric has been designed. So it is the base of the Fabric. My goal is to make you understand the basic first, how it is designed and what is the Azure ecosystem all about, and how we perform the data engineering there. Then it will be very easy to understand the Fabric, because Fabric is designed over the Azure. So it is just like an enhancement or improvement of the Azure, where Azure has different services scattered. In Fabric, we have unified system. So please do not think like that we are here to learn everything from Azure, but yes, we are here to learn everything for Fabric, right? And you will feel that you are learning Azure only, but not. It is not truth, right? Okay, guys. So quick question once here. How many of you know what is RAM actually? Anybody?
Random access memory.
Yeah. Have you ever seen physically?
RAM.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Excellent.
Or laptop.
Hello.
Yeah. It's a volatile in nature.
Yes, yes. So excellent, guys. I appreciate your knowledge here, because at least we should know the basics, right? We are working with the computers. We should know what is behind this, this screen and this whole box. What is working inside that, right? We should understand those things as well. And as a programmer, when I was working as a programmer in my previous years, sometimes I worked on. If I say about myself, so I have done MCA, and in the year 2000, and post that I was working as a software engineer in a small software company, and then I moved to Noida in the year 2006. And previously I belonged to the Kanpur area, and there was a software company. I was working there as a software engineer. So I was, I have done the programming inside a very old language that is called, COBOL. I also programmed in Pascal, COBOL. Then I moved towards assembly language. Then I moved towards C programming language inside the Unix environment. Then I moved from there to C hash. And side by side, I was also working in VB.NET at that moment, and the whole .NET framework. I also understand those things. Then I started teaching core Java for sometimes around 1 year 6 months. I have taught in an institute in Kanpur as a core Java teacher there. And then gradually I moved towards the data industry, and I started working on the data. So my very first visualization tool was actual Excel application. Yeah. So at that point of time in 2006, Power BI was not there. So I started working with Excel. So, and even people did not know how cloud works, and the cloud concept was not there in the picture, right, in 2006. So yeah. So gradually, and it came into the market, and I moved towards there. Right? So the second, the roadmap step is to the road to the cloud, right? So we will understand the challenges on the on-premise system and how it moved gradually towards the cloud, right? And what is the role of the virtualization in between, right? So just think about it. Have you ever wondered why companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, Google, and Facebook don't simply buy one big computer and keep using it forever? Yeah, because maintenance and the cost is very high for on-premise systems, right? So there are very limitations, things, I can say limits are there on the on-premise. We will understand those things, what are the challenges and how we moved from there, right? And you know that when there is a need, then there is an invention, right? So years ago, every company used to purchase their own servers. They build their own server rooms. Even if you see in your organization building, you will be having the server rooms over there. Even you do not allow to go there, but yes, it is there, right? It's too costly. Right? They build their own server rooms. They hired people to maintain them. They paid electricity bills. They replaced broken hardware wherever it is required. They purchased air conditioning. If you go inside the server room, you will see it's a very chilled area, right? Yeah. Have you ever visited any server room, guys? Any one of you? In your organization?
Yes,
No, sir.
Harish bhai.
No, I didn't
Yes, I got.
visit.
Oh, it's a chilled room, right?
Right bhai.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So why should every company buy its own server? Yeah. Why can't someone build a massive infrastructure and rent it to everyone? That single idea actually changed the whole IT industry's, working way, right? We can say. So we will also understand one of the greatest invention in the modern computing, and that is virtualization. Very important topic, right, guys? We will understand those things. This is the technology that made cloud computing possible, actually, the virtualization. Yeah. Then we will meet with Mr. Azure, right? Yeah. Once we understand cloud computing, we will finally meet the star of the course, and that is the Azure. As of now, I'm not saying, when we are learning about Fabric, it's as of now when we are inside the Azure, right? Yeah. So we will try to answer of the questions like what exactly Azure is, why are companies moving to Azure? But if I say about today's era, now companies are moving towards Fabric, right? And why, we will also discuss. There is a very important you can say aspect of that. So why do companies trust Microsoft with their critical business applications? What are Azure regions, availability zones, data center? We will understand all those concepts and in the environment actually. Yeah. We will also learn something many beginners struggle with. Yeah. What is the difference between availability zones and the data centers and the regions? We will understand those things. Yeah. Then probably we will see some core services of the Azure, like building up the virtual machines. Yeah. And also, it is not only building up the virtual machines, you will also log into the virtual machines. Maybe you have ever logged into the remote desktop application, probably Citrix. Have you ever seen Citrix, guys? Any one of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you
yes,
log on Citrix.
Yes.
Even I have worked many years on the Citrix, right? So you will design the virtual machine. You will download the RDP file. You will log in there. You will see your Windows desktop there, and you can also go ahead and install any application and work there. But remember one thing, that costs a lot. because virtual machines are very much heavier here. At least 16 GB of RAM they are providing, at least 4 core of the CPU. So, while creating the cloud computing, you can say the compute power, we have to consider one thing, that is cost, right? Every time you have to, think about the cost. Whenever you are using any services, you have to think from the cost perspective, because it is not free. Yeah, it's cost here. Okay, guys, that makes sense?
Yep.
Okay, so then we will be doing the hands-on practices. That will be on the day 2 tomorrow. We will doing those things. Yeah. Okay. So come on, where's mouse? Okay. So now that you understood that, how we are proceeding step by step. So what are our objectives here? Let's understand the objectives first. Yeah. Before we invest the next 2 hours or whatever time we have left for together, I want to answer one very important question. What exactly will I gain from this entire course? Yeah. Even I can, question this, right? Because whenever we start learning something new, we naturally ask ourselves what exactly we are going to achieve here. Is this really going to help me? Will I actually understand Azure? Will I be able to use this knowledge in my job or interview? And the answer is yes. By the end of this course, my goal is not just to sorry guys, teach you about Azure. My goal is to change the way you think about cloud computing. Once your thinking changes, Azure becomes much easier to understand. Yeah, it's not a big thing. It's very easy, man. It's very easy. It is just we are not aware of that. It is just we do not have the proper platform where we can practice. In my organization, in your organization, you do not have such privilege to go ahead and create the virtual machines. Do you? Do you have?
No.
No, nobody. But here you will have that, that privilege. I will provide you the credentials. I will provide you the environment for next 25 days, and you will go ahead and practice a lot of things there. Yeah, and that is the important part, which keeps me, a different person inside, in the network, right? In the market, people are charging a lot of money while providing subscriptions, right? But I'm not charging because I'm taking care of, each and everyone's conditions. So my objective is to make you knowledgeable, and there should not be any obstacle between your knowledge. So you should be full packed with the knowledge. So I wanted everyone to make just like a full stack, right? So you should understand everything. Okay, I'll be always there, don't worry. Okay, so very first objective is to explain the basics. Our first objective, my first objective always will be to make you understand about the basics, right? Yeah. Sorry guys. Yeah. Suppose someone asks you in an interview, yeah, just think about that. What is a server? How many of you can confidently answer that today? So if I ask you, if any interviewer asks you what is a server, so is there anyone who can make me understand what is a server in one line? Anyone? Just try in your language. It's not professional language I'm asking for, or in terminology. Whatever you think about the server, just let me know. I just wanted to see how you can deliver the things, right? Wasim.
Hello. I'm out. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
where we can store the data,
Okay. Anything else?
and there will be offline and online server.
Okay. Okay.
In online server, we can ch- change the delivery or something. So the people who is coming from different location, they can get the data access or they can check something.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, Karan, please go ahead.
In my opinion, it is a device or a software
Mhm.
where you can store your data as well as read it.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else?
A physical place,
Mhm.
a physical system where the data is stored and used for used for data for consumption.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
The
you.
place where data can be stored
Mhm.
to access by the end user easily by their using credentials or kind of things.
Okay. Thank you. Himanshu, you were saying something?
Server is a place where we can store our data and compute entirely process data for.
Okay. Guys, I really appreciate your ideas here and your statements here. I'm not saying here that you are saying correct or you are saying incorrect. Each one of you are actually correct, right? But yes, different language, different way of speaking, different delivery. And my objective is to engage yourself so that you will speak and you will learn also, right? So if other person is speaking, you are listening that, right? If you are speaking, someone else is listening. So when you listen, let's say 10 statements you listen for a single object, then probably you can remember it maybe two or three. Yeah. So why I'm asking the question, right? I'm asking the question so that I should know that how you thinking about the object, right? So here you said about the servers. Yes, I will tell you the exact thing about the server. What is server all about? We will discuss those things in a detail. But yes, as of now, whatever you were saying, that is correct. Yeah. Actually, interviewer don't want the memorized words or memorized answers. They want to know whether you actually understand the concept or not, right? So in your language, whatever you say, that is very much correct. Karan, you have raised your hand. Are you saying something?
Oh, no, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for sharing your thought with me and with others as well. By the end of today, you will be able to explain these concepts in simple English language, right? So don't worry, we will be understanding those things. Even to someone who has never worked in IT, he or she can also tell us what exactly the server is, right? Okay. The next objective is to define the cloud, right? This is the most commonly used words in IT today. Yeah. So have you ever heard about the cloud before or earlier? Okay, that's so if I ask about the cloud, some people will say it's internet, right? Some people will say it's online storage. Some say, okay, maybe Google Drive, maybe Azure, AWS, right? Yeah. So by the end of this session, you will know exactly what cloud computing is, what is the cloud actually, right? We will understand the architecture of the cloud, what is IaaS, what is PaaS, what is SaaS, right? We will understand those things. Yeah, yeah, and it is important, right? It is important. So right now, these are words may look confusing, but don't worry. Yeah, by the end of today's class, you will remember them using one simple analogy that you will never forget, right? Yeah. Then we will navigate to Azure. That is my next objective here. Yeah. Understand the Azure portal. I will show you the Azure portal. Yeah. How you log in there. However, I have to, I'm in the process of creating the credentials for you guys. Most probably by today, end of the day, you will receive the credentials to log in into the Azure portal. And in the tomorrow session, we will start from the Azure portal. So you will start logging there, and the prerequisite for the login is to have the Microsoft Authenticator app installed in your cell phone. If you have not installed it yet, please install. And if you already have from your organization, that will work. Don't worry. You just have to scan the QR code, and it will add your Azure credentials to that authenticator, and you will just pass it. Yeah. So that's okay. Okay. So what do you think? Just hold on for a moment. What do you think? What is Azure actually? Is that a software? Guys, what do you think?
It's a cloud, it's
Yeah,
a cloud
please.
service platform.
Azure is a services.
It is a virtual cloud platform, sir.
Yes, exactly. So I can just give an example about the let's take an example of shopping mall, right? So Azure you can just take as a shopping mall. There in the shopping mall, when you go inside the shopping mall, what do you see? You see many shops there, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Multiple products.
You will see, when I visit, inside the shopping mall, I see, the the shopping, like say clothing shops are there, the sports shops are there, right? Movie theater are there, food court on the top of the floor are there, right? So many things, many different, I can say, different type of shops are there, and those are organized in a single umbrella, that is a shopping mall. So Azure is something like as a shopping mall where you have different services. Yeah, those are tied together. Correct. Just like virtual machines, storage, networking, database, AI, analytics, security, identity, and many more. We have more than hundreds of services there. However, we are not learning all of those because it depends on the organization what type of services they want to use there. Yeah. So, but yes, the core services we will be learning how to work, how to use that service, and how to create those things. Yeah. Okay. So the next objective is to design for resilience, right? So now let's talk about something companies care deeply about. Yeah, and that is downtime. Yeah, how long an application can down. Yeah. So imagine, just take an example, right? The real time analogy. Yeah. Imagine that you are booking a train ticket from IRCTC. Yeah. You know IRCTC, right? Guys, do you know IRCTC?
Yes, sir.
Maybe most of you are booking the tickets, or you have ever booked
Yeah.
the tickets. Yeah. From there, just a moment, guys. So let's say I have seen this scenario, right, in my real life. That is, let's say that it's a festival called Diwali, right? Million of people are trying to book tickets at exactly the same time. If you remember, if I go back to the history, I have seen those time where I was booking a ticket at the time of Tatkal window, right? And when it opens, everybody just jumping there, right? And what is happening? In few minutes, the IRCTC website crashes. Sometimes when I was on the payment gateway, it crashes, and amount was deducted from my SDFC account, and even the ticket was not booked. Yeah, I have seen those scenarios. Nowadays, it's very much I can say improved. Now it is not crashing, but yes, in year 2010, 2008, when I was booking that, then it was that. So million of people are trying to book the ticket at the same time, and the website crashes. Yeah, guys.
Still, it is facing the same problem, sir.
Yeah, we also facing the same thing
Yes, yes,
today's environment. Okay.
yes, sir. If you are trying to book, it's completely hang for a few minutes,
Oh,
and your ticket will not book finally.
yeah, that is big I can say question for IRCT, that at the time of Tatkal they actually book all the ticket in just a few seconds, few minutes, and we are hung actually. Yeah. Okay, we cannot do anything. That's a part of business. So, can you imagine the impact? Companies lose monies, right? Money, sorry, not monies, money, and customer trust also. Even I do not trust on IRCT's website, but we do not have other option, right? It's just only single option where we can go and book the ticket, and that is the reason um, we buy the car and the other vehicle. Anyway, guys, I'm not going on that part. So that's why Azure is designed so that if one server fails, another one immediately take over. That is called redundancy, right? So we will understand those things as well. Yeah, we will learn how Microsoft builds systems that continually working, yeah, even when hardware fails. So if you see inside the data center, we have many servers aligned with each other. So if one server fails, in a milliseconds, it will move to the other server, and you will not feel even that your system went down for a few seconds, right? It's just working and working, right? And if you see if you are watching anything on the Netflix or Amazon Prime, it never hangs, right? It never buffer or hang. If any application buffering, that means something is happening behind the scene, right? Or it just went down. Okay, so now next objective is to build some hands-on. So we will, as I told you, that tomorrow class we will be creating different components inside the Azure portal, right? Yeah. Okay, so one of the biggest reason company love cloud, that is the cost, guys. Just understand that is the cost, and how it is, we will understand those things as well, because investing investing in the on-premise setup is much costlier in comparison to the cloud environment. Yeah, cloud is, it is just like when I'm using the Azure, I'm also using right now pay as you go. So whatever I do on the Azure, it just bill for me for that purpose only. It is not like that every time it's charging me. It is just when I'm using the resource, then it is charging me, right? So that is called pay as you go model, right? And it is very much I can say beneficial for the companies as well. When I joined my company, there was environment called Amazon Web Services. So I was a part of Amazon Web Services. So when I was writing anything in Athena or using the S3 bucket, my manager always say me, Harish, please always focus on the cost. If you are writing a complex query and it is using the engine and charging us, so just always try to understand it first, that what query you are writing and how much time it is going to take. So optimization is very much required there. So cost is very much effective, very much I can say it's a very important element, right? So, and on the cloud, companies are taking the leverage of that, right? So companies don't have to buy everything, they they just use it and pay for it, right? Yeah. Okay, guys, any question till now?
No.
Very good. Okay, then we have, okay. So now that you know what you are going to achieve by the end of this course, let's start our actual journey from this slide, right? From here, actually, right? And our journey begins with a very interesting question. When you open an application like anything like WhatsApp, Gmail, YouTube, where does the real work actually happen? What do you think?
It happens in the background. I mean to say on servers.
Yes, servers, right? Yeah. So now we are going to discuss something that almost everyone believes, but very few people actually understand. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Where does WhatsApp run? And probably you will give me the answer, the server, right? Yeah, correct,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if I say about the Gmail, about the Netflix, yeah, or any other cloud application, right? So all those are running over the servers, correct? Is it clear, guys? Any question till now? Anybody?
Sir, please repeat once again the same, sir.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that whenever you are using any application, maybe it's a Gmail, maybe it's a YouTube, maybe it's a Netflix or WhatsApp, Facebook, many of the applications we are using on daily basis, right? Where all those applications are running? They are running inside the server, right? Yeah. It is your phone or your laptop. Even when you are working in your laptop in your organization, you will see you are working inside your organization OneDrive. Yeah, it is not you are working in the C drive. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Yeah.
No, sir, right, right.
So everything is working over the server. So if I just draw a simple architecture for you, so let me just do one thing for you guys. I will just do here itself on the screen. Come on, can I just do it? So let's say that I have my cell phone, yeah, and that is connected to the internet. Can you think the life before internet? WhatsApp server, correct? Yeah, and then again it is connected to the internet, and then it goes to the maybe
Cloud services.
other cell phone. It is just an example of pushing the message from this cell phone to this cell phone, right? So it is not directly going from here to there. It is just coming here and then coming here and then coming here and then finally here, right? This is actually the architecture which I wanted to make you understand that how the things are actually working right there. Yeah. So just take an example. Okay, if suppose that your phone lost somewhere, or let's say it just falls into a water, right? You have your phone, and suddenly, accidentally, your phone falls down in the water. Will all your WhatsApp chats disappear forever? What do you think?
No.
No, because you have seen that in my old phone was damaged. I have purchased a new phone, and then I again install the WhatsApp, and it just take the backup from the server. Correct? Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
can see again all the contacts there. So it depends what are being backed up inside the server and what you have left, right? So if something is left inside your cell phone, probably that can be damaged. But if everything is over the server, it will never damage. You can access it from anywhere in the globe, right? Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Great.
Sir, you mentioned like the WhatsApp server. So WhatsApp server also connected with the cloud, or
Exactly.
what
Exactly.
WhatsApp server is a completely like a WhatsApp server cloud.
See, we have the cloud, right? Inside cloud, we have many servers,
Okay.
correct? So if
Okay.
I
Huh.
say about the WhatsApp, yeah, so it's a Meta, right? Who is taking care of the Facebook, WhatsApp, and other things, right? So they have their own servers there, and everything is being stored there. Whatever you are doing, it is not only in your inside your phone; it is just going to the server every time. Yeah, clear? Is it
Yes,
answer
sir.
your
Clear.
question, guys?
Yep. Yep, sir.
Okay, thank you for the confirmation.
But I have
Let's
I have another question, sir. Many of the organization currently using Azure database. Even they have a, like a good amount of what I can say, um, good amount of their financial growth or kind of things, but still they are using Azure. It means they using Azure for their like a stakeholder or client, or it is for self they are using
for everything.
for everything.
Yes, for everything.
And what
Right.
about their own server, sir? Own cloud server?
That is called a hybrid model. I will just tell you. So let me just make you understand why companies are using cloud. Just understand. Just okay. I'm just taking a real time example. I'm just asking to you guys. Let's say that you have to run a business right inside the market, and probably when you are running the business, you will have a lot of data there. Just be with me, right? And
Yes,
say
yes,
yes or
yes.
no, right? Okay. So you will be managing all the data by yourself.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. For managing the data, what you need, where you are going to manage, is that a manual process? You are going to purchase notebook and pen and copy and then writing numbers there, or you are going to buy the computers in the market from the market and managing data there?
Same, sir. Buying computer and
Obviously
managing
we are
their, yes.
buying the computer. That can be possible if I'm running a business and only one person is my customer. Now let's say that you have thousands of the customer in the market. Yeah. And you have a lot of data incoming in your system. Will your single computer be able to handle that data?
No.
No. What you will do? You
I'll
have
try
two
my
options.
best to purchase Azure or kind of cloud
Now,
services.
I'm not going on that. I'm not going. Just forget about the cloud right now. Just forget about the cloud right now. Just think that okay, there is nothing called cloud. Just imagine that you have a lot of data incoming, and your single computer is not able to handle that. What are options you have?
Increase our memory size for the
First
same
thing,
laptop.
yeah, first thing, you will try to upgrade your computer. Maybe your computer, which actually had only 8 GB RAM, maybe 16 GB RAM, and maybe 1 TB of the hard disk, and processor probably 4-core CPU. Yeah. Okay. Now, because the load of the data, you see your single computer is very slow. It's just heating up, right? Because a lot of data is there. It's not able to handle that. So you try to upgrade your system. That is called vertical upgradation, right? You try to upgrade your system to make it more stronger. But how much? The other question arises, how much? You will see a time where your optimal upgradation will fail. You have more data. Just think about the Netflix, right? A lot of users are using the Netflix at the same time. So can a single computer handle that? Or
No.
just take an example of the shopping mall. When you go inside the shopping mall, you can see there are just say for the smart bazaar. When you go there, you will see a lot of billing counters are there. Why? Because the incoming traffic are bigger, right? And when you have huge data to process, you cannot upgrade your system. Now, another option you have an horizontal upgradation. So you will add more computers, right? First, you will try to upgrade your system. Now it is not able to even still not able to handle the data. You will think, okay, can we add more computers? You will add more computers. That means you are adding more compute powers. Maybe you earlier you had only single computer, now you have two computer, now you have three computer, now you have four computer. How many computers? Your business is going up day by day. How many computers you will add? At certain point of time, you will see you have thousands of the computers. Now the situation comes up, will it be possible to maintain all the computers?
No.
The update of the computers, the hardware maintenance, the electricity maintenance, everything is involving there at the cost, right? How you are going to manage all those things? Now you will turn your business towards the data center. You will create the servers. You will build up the building where you have more than one server to handle the data. Still, those are on premise, right? And you are managing the servers, you are managing the electricity, you are managing the cooling powers, you are managing the security over there, and all these are costing you and giving you the headache, right? Day by day, because you are not focusing on the business, you are focusing on the managing the things. And that is the reason company moved towards the cloud. Inside the cloud, you don't have to worry about the hardware configuration. You don't have to worry about the maintenance of the software, hardware, and very important part, the scaling capability. Yeah, the elasticity, the scaling capability. When your business growing up, you have more data. It will be adding the virtual machines, to the system automatically. When you scale down, when your business is low, when you do not need more computers, it will automatically remove the virtual machines from there. That is an important part of the cloud architecture. Yeah. So I will say that companies are now moving towards the cloud because of the cost effectiveness, right? So they do not have to manage anything. They are just renting the things. Just like if you see your organization building, it is not built up by your organization. It is just on the lease. Yeah. Why? Because they do not want to invest their time and money towards thinking about the infrastructure. They want to invest their money and time and the manpower towards thinking about the business growth. Guys, I think that you got enough understanding on that.
Yes, I got it, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
Yes.
15, before like 10 years ago, sir, not 10 years, even a 5, 6 years ago, I realized in my organization there is a people come physically to their system and they do some like upgradations or kind of things, just you mentioned, sir, for the
Yeah.
software
Earlier it
upgrade.
was.
And yeah,
When we had
and
the
nowadays it's not required.
yeah, when we had the on-premise servers, we have seen those scenarios, right? But this is not a good you can say infrastructure, right? When we are doing the things from ourselves, we are taking more headache, more cost, more investment. Everything is related to each other. Okay, guys, any other question?
Can we say that is more optimized way to store your data rather than using on-premises? We can.
Okay. So excellent, guys. Now this slide is probably the most important conceptual slide I can say in the first half of your training. Yeah. So when we are working on the Azure virtual machines, we are working on the VM sizes, scaling, performance, storage accounts. The servers like SQL servers, Databricks clusters. Cluster is nothing; it is just a compute power, right? And probably in the Microsoft capacity. This is also, we say capacity. It is also compute power, right? So All these are nothing. It's a computing, right? It's a compute power. It's a computer, right? Now we know that applications actually run on the servers. But here is the next question. What exactly allows a server to do all this work? Yeah, probably to open WhatsApp, to send an email, to watch YouTube, to book and a ride over the probably in the Uber or Ola, whatever, right? Yeah. So that process is called, whatever is being processed, that is called computing, right? If we are processing the data, we are computing the data, right? And who process it? That is the compute power, right? So let's forget about the Azure for a moment. Yeah? Imagine I give you a brand new laptop. Can it work without electricity? Can it work without a CPU? Can it work without a RAM? Can it work without a storage? Can it? Guys, say yes or no.
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir. All those required, sir.
exactly. Every computer in the world, whether it's your laptop, your desktop, a gaming computer, a Microsoft Azure server, even a Google server, whatever, right? AWS server, whatever. All of them have these three fundamental components. And many people think computing is a very complicated word, but it is not actually. It's a very simple, right? Computing simply means input, processing, output. Yeah, that's all computing is. We give a computer some information, the computer process it, then it gives us a result. Yeah, it's simple. You can just take it a calculator, right? You just open the calculator and type any number 5 plus 5 and press equal sign, or let's enter key or whatever. What happens? It just calculate and give you the output, right? You can take the Google search as well. Yeah. Does Google already know I was going to search Azure or something else? No. Yeah. Google receives my request, searches billions of the web pages, ranks them, returns the result. That entire process is computing. So you understand the computing power, computer process, right? Clear, guys? Any question?
Clear, sir.
And you understand the CPU, right? CPU is just a brain. If I say about the CPU, that is the central processing unit, that is the processor. You know, Intel, we say Intel processor, we say AMD processor. So that is nothing. That is a brain of the system, right? And then you have the RAM. It is temporary workspace where all the processing is done, right? And storage, you know that we need storage to store something permanently there. So yeah, guys, clear?
Yes, sir.
So you understood, right? All those concepts you understood very well. Yeah. So I will not going to on this slide because it's very easy. The same thing which I have mentioned here in my words, that is also mentioned here. Yeah, that is a brain and the working desk and the cupboard. You just read it simply whenever I will share this PDF with you. Post this session, I will share the PDF and the recording with you, and that will be a practice on each of the session. So you will receive the PDF and the recording for each of the session. Yeah. So now when we understand what is the computer, now the question arises, what is the server? So now can anybody tell me what is the server exactly? Yeah. If you give the answer in a simple language, let me just tell you, okay? If you give the answer in simple language, it's a powerful computer, yeah, that is built to provide services to thousands of the resources, I can say. Yeah. So let's take an example of, again, I will say about the WhatsApp. Imagine when 1 million people send messages at the same time. Let's say anytime, let's say 11 a.m. right in the morning. Do you think one computer system can handle million of the requests simultaneously?
No.
No, of course not, right? That's why companies use powerful servers with more CPU, more RAM, and faster storage. So if I say about your desktop or laptop, it has the same architecture. It has the CPU, it has the RAM, it has the storage, and server also has the same, but it is more stronger. Yeah. Even you will see RAM in the terabyte right there. Yeah. Maybe more than that. I have to see what Microsoft had added recently, right? But yes, it has more power. Yeah, 16 core of the CPUs, right? Correct. So it is called a server because it serves the requests. Every time when you open the Gmail, YouTube, Netflix, or any other app, the request goes to the server. The server processes your request and send the response back to your device. That can be your TV, your mobile phone, yeah, your laptop. So the first thing handles many requests. The second thing, running 24 by 7, 365 days a year, right? Correct? Have you ever seen that any application was on holiday? It was down because of the holiday. Have you ever seen that scenario, guys?
No.
Okay. You say, okay, guys, Netflix will not work today because today is Sunday, right? It's a holiday. No, never. It's running 24 by 7. And if you see the uptime of the server, you will find 99.999% it is up. Yeah. And because of the connectivity with the other servers as well, you will see the redundancy there, right? So, okay, we will understand those things. Don't worry. So, let me just connect Azure here, right? So now let's connect this with Microsoft Azure. Earlier, companies used to buy and maintain their own servers. Today, with Azure, we don't need to purchase any physical server. We simply rent a virtual machine that is also called a server, right? Server is nothing. It's a. If I just go for the layer, right? So on the very bottom, we have the physical servers. Then there is a virtual layer called hypervisor that actually create different virtual machines from the same server, and those virtual machines are receiving the request at the same time and processing at the same time. We will understand that architecture. Don't worry. So today with Azure, we do not need to purchase a physical server. We simply rent virtual machines. Yeah. And who is responsible to take care of those infrastructure and those maintenance of the servers and the software, hardware, everything, right? That is the provider, Microsoft. Correct? Guys, did you get it? Just if you see on the bottom, I have written the analogy. If you see if the internet is a restaurant, the server is the waiter, right? Who takes your order or request and brings your food or your data. Just simple as that, right? And who is processing this? That CPU, RAM, and storage, right? Okay, so always remember the definition. A server is a powerful computer designed to serve multiple users over a network continuously and reliably. Clear, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. So only difference between your laptop and the server is the power. And what power? The scaling power.
Computing power.
Sorry.
Computing power.
Computation power.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we understand about the servers, right? But there is a next question. If companies like Microsoft have thousands of servers, where do they keep them? Surely they can't keep them in a normal office or a single building. Now here the concept exists or comes in, that is data center. When you say a server is a powerful computer, so we cannot keep those computers inside a single building or single room, right? We need proper infrastructure to save or to place those servers, because they are processing a lot of data, so there are a lot of energy and heating, because the heats are generating every time, so you need a proper infrastructure to manage those servers. Correct, guys? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Just one. Let me have the water. Guys, today's class can be a little bit more, because I want to make you understand all the concepts, right? I do not want to carry forward this theoretical part in the tomorrow session. Just let's finish it today itself. So maybe it can increase 10 or 15 or 20 minutes more. So I hope that will be okay with all of you guys.
Yes, sir, no problem.
Okay. So now we know what a server is, but here is, as I ask you, the next question, where it should be, right? So just think of a data center as a huge building filled with rows and rows of servers. So what is happening there in the data center? You have the racks, right? So I can just show you something. Okay. So maybe let's say that you have a rack, something like this, this. Okay, this is the, you can say, let's part of your building where you have different racks, right? Something like that. These are placed horizontally, and here you have your servers. I think you have seen such type of photos or videos where you can see the servers placed. Yeah. So we have servers there, right? It is not an ordinary office building. Everything inside is designed to keep those servers running 24 hours a day. Yeah. Getting, guys? So, and for those, the security is very important, right? And why security is important? Imagine someone could simply walk into the data center and switch off a server. What would happen? The application which are running on the server will show some hang there, or some some downtime there, because those application has to switch from this server to the other server. Correct? So for a moment the things will stop working. However, that we have, Microsoft has taken care, so nobody is allowed to go inside the server room. But if it happens, they can damage the servers, right? They can do anything with the server. So security is much important. Yeah. So we have biometric access over there. We have CCTV cameras there. We have security guards there, and restricted entry there. So you cannot easily visit inside the server room. We also have the cooling power there. Servers work, they work actually continuously. Just like if you have ever feel that when you are working your laptop for a long time, it just heated, right? Just think about the servers. When your laptop, which is actually single machine, which is heating up, server which is actually currently running from 24/7 and processing a huge data, a lot of data, tons of data, how much heat will be generated there? Yeah. So the cooling power is required there. Now, another important part is the the power backup, right? So if what happens will if electricity goes off again, if there is no electricity, no server, yeah. So and all those are impacting the business, right? So think about hospital. Can a hospital afford to lose electricity during an operation? There is another backup system for the operation rooms. Yeah, if a doctor is doing operation with the help of the machine, electricity cannot go there, right? Yeah, they cannot afford that. Microsoft has data centers in many countries around the world. Instead of buying our own servers and buildings our own data centers, we simply rent Microsoft's infrastructure, and that is Azure, right? This saves companies millions of dollars and allows them to focus on their business instead of managing hardwares. Yeah. So remember, a server is a powerful computer. A data center is a secure building that contains thousands of servers. Microsoft owns these data centers, and Azure allows us to use them whenever we need it. Yeah. So Azure is just like a software, right? It's just like, I can say, software, or you can say UI, or a portal, a platform where you access the services, right? Any question, guys, till now? Anyone?
Harish bhai, could you repeat the definition once again?
For the server?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that a server is a powerful computer, right, which is serving the request across the globe, right? So a server is a powerful computer. Just remember this. A data center is a secure building. So if I just take an example, you can just compare it with just like you have different files and folders, and you want to secure them in a cupboard, right? So and inside your room, so just like that, right? So you have a secure building where you have placed thousands of servers in the racks. That is called data center. Yeah. So data center is nothing, it's a building, right? And where you have thousands of server placed with top of each other. Correct? Is it clear?
Clear.
Yeah. And Azure is a platform by which you access those server or those data center, right? Yeah. In the form of services, guys. It is not that physically you will touch the server. It is not allowed. Yeah. Guys, clear? Any question till now?
No.
Okay. So let's move to another one. Now, when I'm saying that about the on-premise servers, right? Initially, we were discussing about the company that if you go back to the 10 years or 15 years, you will see that we didn't have the cloud architecture, and each of the company were managing their data on their own servers, right? So they have their own server rooms, and they're managing the servers by themselves. So before Microsoft Azure, before AWS, before Google Cloud, if company wanted to run an application, what did they have to do? They had to build everything by themselves. Yeah. So building the things by themselves, it has many challenges, right? Just imagine you are starting an online shopping company, like let's say like Amazon. Can you simply buy one laptop and run your business? That is not possible, right? Yeah. You need servers, storage, networking equipments, cooling systems, backup power, security, yeah, of the building to keep everything, right? So challenges, if I say about the challenges, very important challenge, that is the high capital cost. That is called capex. So guys, always remember there are two terms. One is capex and second one is opex. Opex is something in the cloud, capex is something on the on-premise. So those are actually, these are the challenge. Yeah. So a very fast challenge that I can say, right? That is the money, right? So building a data center requires a huge investment before your business even starts. So when you are starting a business, you need the server first, right? It is not like that you have started the business and then you are buying the server. No, you will first have to build up the infrastructure and the architecture, and then you will start your business, right? So building up the things in prior, actually asking for the investment. So capital cost is very high in that case. Yeah, you have to buy expensive hardware, arrange networking, cooling, electricity, and security. This is called capital expenditure, right? That is called capex. Yeah, so capital expenditure, a large upfront investment. Yeah, that is very important part, and that is a biggest challenge. Now the second challenge comes in that is limited scalability. Now imagine your business suddenly becomes very popular. Yesterday you had 1,000 users or customers. Today you have 1 million customers. Can you increase your server's capacity in few minutes? Can you do it?
No, sir.
Or can any company do it? Because see, they have to plan it, they have to discuss it with the organization, the sales team, and probably they have to take the approval, and then they have to buy the servers from the companies, just like HP or Dell or other companies. They have to buy them, they have to arrange them, and then they need people to configure the servers, and that will take more than 30 days, which I have seen in my in my life. That takes time. Yeah, it is not as easy. But in the cloud, it's just a matter of click. Yeah, it's just a matter of click. You just have to click, and then you have the more servers. And by default, it has the scalability, right? So you have to order new hardware, and I told you that you have to wait for the delivery as well, right? Install it, configure it. Yeah? Takes several days or week. Correct? Yeah. And then, guys, the important part is another important part, I can say, that's maintenance. It is not only that you have purchased the server, you have configured, now it is running. You have to also maintain it, because server don't maintain themselves, right? Someone has to install the updates, replace failed server. If something is not working, let's say there is a RAM creating the problem, you have to think about that, right? There is a person needed who can replace the RAM, older RAM, with the new RAM, and again that will be a process. It is not like that he will go inside the market and purchase the RAM, and in 30 minutes he will replace that. No, there's a proper channel there, proper I can say they have to take the approval, again all the process, right? They have to do it. Again, it will take time. You have to monitor the performance and fix the issues. That means hiring IT teams, which increase the overall cost. Yeah. Guys, everything is related to cost. Cost is a word which is from the initial to the end. It will be always there. Yeah, everything you have to think about the cost, right? Even when we are working as a data engineer, or we can say as a data analyst, we are also thinking about the cost. Why we are developing the assets? To save the cost for the company. Yeah. So if you notice the graph on the right hand side, this graph, this one, yeah. As the year goes, right? If you see that year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, the cost is increasing. Why? Because business is increasing. Yeah.
Hello.
Correct. Yes. Any question here on the challenges? Anything you want to discuss?
Hi, Arish, am I audible?
Yes. Yes. Very much.
So my question is here: if the interview will ask why are we moving from on-premises to cloud? So in other words, as you told us about that is more optimized way to saving the cost.
Exactly. Exactly. And it is not only the cost.
Not saving the cost only.
Yeah, it is not only the cost. It can
There are
also save a lot of manpower. Yeah, it can also a lot of time. You can invest your time and manpower towards the thinking about the business growth. Yeah, getting
okay.
that. So
On
if
the
I
time solutions.
With
yep. Yeah. So the biggest problem with the on-premise infrastructure were, if I say, very first thing, high upfront investment. Remember the word capital expenditure. Difficult to scale quickly. If business grows, it is not easy to scale up the servers, right? It has the limited capacity, right? Continuous maintenance. You have to take care, you have to monitor the hardware every time. Nothing should go down. Yeah? If it is something goes down, something fails, then you have to maintain and fix it quickly, right? And it is not possible every time. Increasing the operational cost. Yeah, all these are increasing the cost. You have to hire the people, yeah, to fix it, to monitor it, to update it. Getting my concept, guys? What I'm trying to deliver it here, guys. Are you with me?
Yep, sir. With
Okay,
you.
guys. So I'm moving on the next slide. Sorry, come on, where I was. Okay, so now here the game changer. So far, we have seen that companies had to buy expensive physical servers. But here is the problem. Imagine a company buys a very powerful server with 64 CPUs and 256 GB of RAM. What if their application only uses 10% of that server? Just understand it. So you have bought a very powerful server, but the usage is very low. What will you do with that? The remaining 90% is simply sitting idle. Isn't that a waste of money, guys? What do you think? What do you think? Is that a waste of money?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So to solve this problem, a brilliant technology was introduced, and that is called virtualization. Instead of running just one operating system on one physical server, we can divide one powerful server into multiple small computers. Yeah, and these small computers are called virtual machines, or simply VMs. Yeah, just think of a large apartment building. Let's just give me the analogy right here. So just think about a large apartment building. From the outside, it's one building, but inside there are many independent apartments. Each family has its own kitchen, bedroom, electricity, and privacy. Similarly, one physical server can host many virtual machines. Each virtual machine behaves like its own separate computer, even though they are all sharing the same physical hardware. So you have only single physical server. There is a hypervisor layer, a virtualization layer, which actually virtualizing your single server into many virtual servers or virtual machines. Getting, guys? Don't think about that. How is how is happening inside
Sir,
the server room? Yeah,
please
yeah. Tell me.
explain once, sir, once.
Yeah,
The
please.
game changer virtualization.
Okay. So virtualization is a concept or is a layer between the virtual machines and the server. So you have the physical server. Just understand. You have a physical server. Just take an example of your laptop or desktop, right? You have a laptop or desktop, and what you are doing, you are now using an application or a software which actually creating many of the virtual machines. Yeah. So just like different applications, you're just creating a different application. All those applications are isolated, and you can share those applications to different people to use it. However, behind the scene, your only single server or your only single computer is working there. So physical server, a virtualization layer that is called hypervisor, and then you have multiple virtual machines. Now you may wonder, who manages all these virtual machines? And that's the job of the hypervisor. Think of a hypervisor as a building manager. It decides how much CPU, RAM, and storage sorry, each virtual machine gets. It also makes sure one virtual machine does not interface with other. So it is not like that it will disturb the other virtual machines. It's just isolated. Each virtual machine is isolated. Yeah. When we create an Azure virtual machines, Microsoft does not build a new physical server. Because see, if I say about the physical server development or establishing a new physical server, it costs, right? It is not easy. Yeah, it's a powerful. If I say, okay, I have 1000 GB of the RAM with a lot of storage area, and probably my processor is very much strong. Yeah. Now I do not want to use the whole power of the server in my business. I just need only the required power. Hypervisor is there, which will create a virtual machine for me as per my requirement. Yeah. So when you will create the virtual machine inside the Azure, you will see that what, as per the requirement, which size you will choose from there. When you create the virtual machine, you have to choose the size of the CPU, RAM. There is a combination actually. It is not the separately. You have to choose it. There is a combination from the drop-down box. You can just go ahead and select the required combination as per your business requirement. Getting, guys? Instead, Azure creates a virtual machine on an existing physical server using the virtualization, as I told you. And that's why Azure can provide servers within minutes, instead of weeks. I just told you that, okay, you can just click and you have the scaling up machines. Getting point? So it is not like that you need more servers, so you have to buy more physical servers. It is just a click of matter. You just click and you have the virtual machines in place and you just use it. I will show you. When you will create virtual machine, you will see it's just a matter of few minutes and your virtual machine is ready. You can just deploy it and start working on the virtual machines. So you do not need more computers. Just like business, you need more computers. So use virtual machines there. You have only single server. Any question, guys?
Harish bhai, so hypervisor is a layer between a physical, or you
Physical
can
server.
say physical server and between a VM machine.
See, if I say VM is being generated by hypervisor, if you remove the hypervisor layer, there is no VM.
Okay, so physical server or hardware here also means a cloud server.
Physical server, yes.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
a cloud server.
Yeah, they are our cloud servers. They are actually placed inside the data centers, and we are using those cloud servers as a different, virtual machines with the help of the hypervisor. Clear? Any question?
Clear by.
Okay, so virtualization gives us three major benefits. Just understand. Okay, better utilization of hardware. Yeah, lower infrastructure cost, faster deployment of servers. So just think about it. Yeah? So you have single hardware, you are using as a multiple hardware, right? Just like virtual machines. Because of single hardware, it is a lower infrastructure cost. So you don't have to invest, much on the different servers, buying different server and organizing those, configuring those. And because of a single server, it is just faster to deploy it. So without virtualization, cloud computing would not exist actually. Because again, it would be a single server. Again, you need more servers, right? Yeah. So hypervisor or virtualization layer is very much important. So remember, I will say three terms: physical server, the actual hardware; hypervisor, the software that manages virtualization. Virtual machines are software-based computer that behaves like a real computer. And you know that, okay? It is not new for you. You are already working on the Citrix. And you will also create those, right? You will feel it. This is a technology that made modern cloud platform like Azure possible. Yeah. Any further question, guys? Here. Okay. So let's move towards the core concept, and that is the cloud computing, right? So now we have reached the most important topic of today's session, and that is cloud computing. By now, you already know about computers, servers, data centers, and the virtualization. Cloud computing is simply the next step in the journey, right? So what is cloud computing actually? So cloud computing means you don't have to buy your own servers anymore. Instead, you rent computing resources like servers, storage, database, and networking over the internet. So in simple words, instead of owning the infrastructure, you use it wherever you need it. Yeah. Guys, an important part is pay as you go. So you use it, you pay it. That's it. On demand delivery. So if you need more, it is available. Yeah. So this is the biggest advantage I can say of the cloud computing. Yeah. Imagine your manager asks you to create a server immediately. Earlier, it could not possible, right? Now, you can just create the virtual machine and share with them. Just take it and use it. Yeah, in a few minutes. It's easy. Important part, the scalability, right? Now imagine that you are running an online shopping website during the sales of the festival. Let's say Diwali sales, right? Suddenly, millions of customers visit your website. With cloud computing, you can quickly increase your resources to handle the extra traffic. It is just a matter of clicks. Or you are very, very well versed on those scenarios, so you can just create the virtual machines behind the scene before the sales start. And when you see the traffic is increasing, you just deploy it. It just takes few seconds to deploy and started working. And once the sales is over, you can disconnect the virtual machines. Yeah, and there is also a feasibility to make it disconnected automatically when it is not being used for last given time, right? Probably 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. So generally we do it inside Azure Databricks also. When we create the cluster, we give it like if it is idle for 30 minutes or 1 hour, just disconnect it, because behind the scene virtual machine is running. Any question, guys? So just remember 4 key benefits of the cloud computing. First, on-demand delivery. Second, pay-as-you-go model. Third, scalability. And fourth, managed infrastructure. So you don't have to manage, it's Microsoft or the provider who manages everything, the physical hardware. Sorry. Okay, so again, guys, as we discussed already, that what are the challenges, right? So let's compare between traditional and cloud computing, infrastructure. If you see in the traditional model, everything belongs to you, right? You buy the server, you buy the storage, you arrange the networking, you maintain the hardware. If something breaks down, your IT team has to fix it. And this requires a large upfront investment, which we call capital expenditure. Remember this word, guys. This is being asked in the interview as well, right? Yeah, guys. Now, inside the cloud computing, instead of buying everything, you simply rent what you need. Microsoft owns the infrastructure. You focus on your application and the businesses, right? So the expenditure, which were actually capital expenditure, now becomes the operational expenditure. That is called OPEX, right? Instead of paying a huge amount upfront, you pay monthly or based on your actual users billing, right? Yeah. So generally it is pay as you go, but it is being billed on monthly basis, just like your telephone bill and your electricity bill, just like that, right? But yes, whatever you use, it will bill only for those pulses or those time frame. Yeah. So you have a minimal upfront investment. You don't have to invest anything. You just register, you just buy the subscription. So you don't have to pay anything for buying a subscription. You just register with the credit card or with the other banking details. Your billing will start when you use it on every month at a certain time. It will generate the invoice, and that invoice will have all the details about your services which you have used in the previous month, and you have to pay for that, right? So it's very easy, yeah, and also effective. Correct. Another thing, the scalability. Yeah, you can add more capacity in minutes. You can create virtual machines quickly, just on few clicks, and just deploy it. Yeah. Maintenance, you don't have to worry about the maintenance. It is the provider who is responsible to maintain the hardware, to push the update and the security patches over the hardwares, right? Yeah. So remember, the simple comparison: on premise, buying infrastructure, high upfront cost, fixed capacity, maintenance. Over, and if you see the cloud, rent the infrastructure, pay as you go, scale up or scale down as needed, and provider will manage the hardware. Correct? Guys, any question? Anybody?
No, sir, no question.
Okay.
No, sir, no question.
So now we are moving towards the cloud service. So we have three type of services, I can say. Yeah. So one is infrastructure as a service. Yeah. So we know that companies are moving to the cloud, right? But here is important question: does Microsoft manage everything for you? It depends on the service, right? So just take an example. You rent a car, right? So the rental company gives you the car, but who drives it? You drives it, right? You decide where to go, how to drive, and when to stop. Similarly, in Azure, Microsoft provides the virtual machines, networking, and storage, but you installed Windows or Linux. You install the software which you need and manage everything inside the machine, but you are not responsible to handle the virtual machines or the hardware, right? Yeah. Correct. So that is called infrastructure as a service. So you just rent the infrastructure. You can just compare this with the showroom. When a showroom is being taken as a lease or on a lease, you will see that there is only frame, right? And you as per your business requirement, you give the shape to the infrastructure. You create your own false walls there, cabins, the tables, the mages, whatever, right? You need, you just do there. So you have just taken the infrastructure. So that is called infrastructure as a service. where we just rent the virtual machines and we install our software, the Windows software, the operating systems, the application softwares, just like Excel, Power BI, whatever, right? You need it, you install it. Now, another thing, earlier you rent a car. Now you are using the taxi, right? Just focus on that. You're taking a taxi. Do you need to drive it or do you drive it? Guys, do you drive the taxi or you just sit inside the taxi? A cab?
Just sit inside the taxi.
The driver takes care of the driving. You simply tell them where you want to go. And that is exactly how platform as a service works. Microsoft manages the operating systems, updates the infrastructure. You focus only on your application and the data. Yeah. A good Azure
In the same situation.
Sorry, say again.
In the same situation, sir, a car company provide you a car, and it maybe with the car happen some mechanical issues, like it's not working or kind of things. That would be also managed by the car company, not for the not for the renters or kind.
See,
Similarly, will be happen.
Yeah, if I say about the infrastructure as a service, in that case, you will be responsible to manage everything. If I say about the car as well, if you buy a car from a manufacturer company or a dealer, until your warranty expired, they will take care of the repairing and the other things. Once your warranty expired, then they are not bothering on those things, right? You have to take care about everything. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, sir, right. I was just explaining about the past, sir.
Yes. So PaaS is something which is you have the platform. So just take an example that you have developed a website and you need to host it, right? So where you host it, you need a platform, right? So that is called PaaS. You need a platform where you just want to host it. You just deploy your website. You don't take care about the background process, about the website updation or anything else. It is just you want a platform. So when you are taking a service as a platform, then you are responsible to take care about your application and your data. And rest, Microsoft is or provider is responsible to take care of that. Now coming on the SaaS, very simple example for SaaS is your team application. You are using that, right? Or what I'm using today is Zoom application. So it's very easy. Everything is being managed by the provider. I'm just using it, right? Yeah, getting that? Just like a bus, right? So we have just taken the bus ticket, and it is all about the bus driver and the conductor and the who is owning the bus. Is all about them. So they have to manage everything. I don't have to do anything. I just have to sit there, and they will drop me wherever I want, what ticket I have bought from them, right? Clear, guys? So if you are using Outlook, Teams, 365, Gmail, whatever application you are using, Netflix or Zoom, everything is, the SaaS. If I say about the easy comparison, right? So ours is infrastructure as a service. Microsoft gives you the infrastructure, you manage all those things, right? The rest part, right? It's just you have the infrastructure. You have the machines, the hardware. Now you have to decide which operating system you want to install, which application you want to install. If I say about the platform as a service, Microsoft manages the platform. You focus on your applications. If I say about the SaaS, Microsoft manages everything. You simply use it. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir, much clear.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if I say, okay, guys, so as of now, congratulations to everyone that you have finally reached the platform we have been preparing for since the beginning of the today's session. So Azure. right? Yeah. So many beginners think Azure is one software or one application, but that is not true. It's a whole cloud platform. Again, I will say, think about the shopping mall, the online marketplace. Yeah. So Microsoft provides thousands of the cloud services. I have already given the analogy about the shopping mall, the same thing, right? So Microsoft has built data centers across the world. This means if your users are in India, you can deploy your application in an Indian Azure region. You have the regions over there. You will understand. We have the geographical, area, just like countries, and then we have the regions inside that, just like South region, North regions, West regions, and inside those we have the availability zones where we have the data centers. Yeah. So if I just go from the bottom to up, so we have the server. Those are placed together inside a data center, and those in data centers are placed inside a local area. Yeah, just say your city. Yeah, and maybe inside your city you have more than one data centers, and those are connected with each other, and then those are placed inside the regions, right? Yeah, correct, guys. So at its core, Azure provides everything a business needs, right? So compute to run application, storage to save data, networking to connect resources, database to manage informations or data there, AI services for modern applications, right? Yeah. So why do companies choose Azure? One of the biggest reason companies trust Azure is reliability. Guys, it's very easy. Just understand. As Azure is developed by or managed by Microsoft. Windows is also developed by Microsoft. Whatever application you are using nowadays, most of the application, more than 90% of the application you are using from the Microsoft. All those are easily integrated with each other because of same provider or same manufacturer, right? Correct. So it's more reliable. You know that if you are choosing Microsoft Azure, it is more likely to use your systems, your existing application systems. It's very easy to use there because you're already familiar with, right? Microsoft invests billions of the dollars every year in security, compliance, and global infrastructure. That is why banks, hospitals, and even I can give you an example that you are using Flipkart, right? Guys, do you use Flipkart? Do you know Flipkart? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Flipkart is also using Microsoft Azure. Yes, Amazon has its own web services, right? But Flipkart is using Microsoft Azure. Yeah. And I have told you, the important part is integration. Yeah. Your organization already uses the SQL Server, the 365, Power BI, Fabric, everything is integrated seamlessly, right? So that is the why companies are relying on the Azure, right? Microsoft Azure is Microsoft cloud computing platform that provides hundreds of cloud services over the internet. Yeah, so you have many services there. So instead of buying and managing physical hardware, businesses uses Azure to build, deploy, and manage their application. So you have whole universe. Whatever you want to do, you can just go there and do. Correct, guys? Any question till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So benefit of the cloud. Why Azure? As we are discussing, from a long time, that cost optimization, pay as you go model. It's very beneficial for the organization. Scalability. When you have more users, more data, it will be scale up. When you have less data, less users, less data, it will be scaled down automatically. High availability because of the redundancy of the data. So whenever you create if you save the data, it creates 3 copies of the data. It saves 3 duplicate copies of your data inside the data centers and also inside the regions. So you have all around 9 copies of your single data. So if something goes down for a single servers or single data center, you will be running and you will be working, right? It will be running every time. So you will have the availability of your data every time. And 99.99% it is available. Correct? Yeah. Guys, do you understand? And the other thing is security and compliance. So security is another major reason companies trust Azure. Microsoft invests, again, I will say, it invests billions of dollars everywhere in protecting customers' data. Yeah. So, and also one more thing, it is very much compliance with the local government policy as well. So it is not like that if Microsoft is from US, so everything is from US. No, if you are using your local area, I mean to say, let's say you are connecting with your local region, let's say South India or Central India, then whatever policies are from the government for the data, it will be applicable there, right? Another benefit is speed and agility. Yeah. So imagine your manager asks you to create a new server today. Yeah. So earlier it took time. Now with Azure, you go there and just few clicks you create the virtual machines there, right? And finally, the global reach. Azure has data centers around the world, right? If your customers are in India, you can deploy your application in India. Why we are doing that? Because it is much faster. If you are deploying your application which is near to you, or the server is near to you, it will be faster to access, right? But it is not, I can say, necessary that you will deploy, because sometimes it happens that whatever compute power you want, that is not available inside the region which you have chosen. So I have seen many times previously that when I'm choosing South India, it is not allowing me to choose whatever the virtual machine I want to create, or the whatever compute power I need there, right? Yeah, we will see those things tomorrow. Don't worry. So if someone asks you why companies choose Azure, your answer would be simple. It saves money. It scales quickly. It keeps application running. It provides strong security. It allows faster deployment and serves customer globally. Yeah, as easy as that. Okay, now coming to the infrastructure, right? This is the global infrastructure of Azure. So far we have said many times that Microsoft has data centers all over the world, but how those data centers are managed by the Microsoft, right? So the very first thing, the region. A region is simply a geographical location where Microsoft has one or more data center. As I told you, the South India, West India, right? Those are the region actually. Yeah, we also have the West US, something like that, East US, right? So regions are actually paired together for the fault tolerance. There is a word called fault tolerance. Fault tolerance means if any disaster happen with the region, your data will be still living there, right, in the second region. So it is paired with the other regions as well. It is not necessarily that both the regions will be paired with each other, but yes, one will be paired with other regions. So if anything happens with one, it will take the data from other region as well. Yeah. So when you create an Azure resource, one of the first thing Azure will ask you to select the region. Yeah, as I'm telling you, the South India, right, West India, we will see those things while creating the virtual machines or the resource group or other resources there. Now, inside the regions, we have the availability zones, right? So inside one region, Microsoft does not rely on just one data center. It creates multiple availability zones. Yeah. So you will be having zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and many more, right? With their own infrastructure, like the security, the power, the cooling capacity, everything right there. And inside single zone, you will be having the multiple servers. Yeah, guys. And everything is connected with each other, and that is called virtual network. To connect the resources with each other, we create the virtual networks, right? So reason a geographical location containing more than one availability zones, right? Availability zones, independent data centers within the same region. So this is just like a building. Availability zones, we can say the city, yeah. Or you can just take an example that okay, you have a region like South India. Inside South India, you have different cities. Inside different cities, you have the availability zones, and there you have inside single availability zones, you have data centers, and inside each data center, you have the servers, yeah. And reason pair, as I told you, it's for disaster recovery. Any question, guys? Here,
Rishbhai, a region can have like its definition says a geographic area holding one or more data centers.
correct, correct.
So a region, let's say for example, let's say India region is India. So in India, let's say in south and west, they might have two data centers, right? And availability zones means a physically separate location within a region.
Correct,
That
correct.
means, let's say in south we have two regions, and in west also we have two regions.
No. See, south is your region. Just understand. South is your region. West is your region. Inside region, you have many cities.
Right.
So that's the south. Inside south, you have many cities. And here we are not saying cities. We are saying availability zones, right? So let's say that okay, in south we have identified two cities where we will create our data centers, right? So city 1 will be availability zone 1, city 2 will be availability zone 2, where you have the data centers, and there can be more than one data centers in that single zone.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Guys, any other question?
Still, sir, I have a same question. So, availability you just mentioned for one region, and if we are creating a virtual machine and we are selecting the region as a south, so in south there is a multiple zone. Are you talking about?
Yes.
So how do we check this is available for me or this is not available for me? It will the system
Yeah. So in the system, when you create the resources, it is just only region you have to select. It will automatically deploy as per the availability. You don't have
that no need to
zone there.
select. Okay.
There is no option to select the zone there. Let me just show you something. Maybe I can just take you through. This is the Azure portal. Let's say that okay, I want to create a resource group, right? Just take an example right there. I'm just creating a resource group. Yeah, here. So when I create the resource group, generally it says Azure subscription. I have not enabled it. I will enable it because I have disabled because it was not being used from last time. So here, let's say I have given a resource group. Let's say RG. This is the word you can say. This is text actually. Let's say RG lab 03. I've just given a name there, and then here you have only option to select the region. So you just need to select the region, which region you want to deploy your resource, right? You don't have the option to select the availability zones. Getting my word?
Sir, it's automatically select.
Yeah, it will automatically see which zone has the availability and it will deploy there. Anything you want to create, you can just see there. Just like virtual machines, if I'm going to create there. Yeah, so if I just create virtual machines there, yeah, generally it will not show you, but I'm just showing you here, right? If you see the option, right, we have the virtual machine name, we have the region, we have the availability zone, but here if you see, it does not show me that which availability zones I have to select, right? It just says, okay, availability zones, virtual machine skill set, availability set. It just shows the option, right? It is not showing me the availability zones names, right? Just like here we have Central India. So in Central India, what cities we have or what data centers we have, it does not show. It automatically selected. Getting my option?
Yes, sir. Got it. Got it. So, could be any question in an interview related to the
So if
availability?
they ask that, okay, when while creating the virtual machines, how you proceed, how you select the availability zones, so you have to say that, okay, there is an option to select the region. Inside that region, they have different zones, and there is a drop down that says the zone 1, 2, 3 or something like that. But there is no any option to select any specific data center or in specific any availability zone. It is not mentioned anywhere, right, in the portal.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
correct. Clear, guys? Yeah. So I'm not going to do anything as of now. We will do it in the later sessions. Yeah. Just coming back on this. So yeah, Karan, please ask. Okay.
Yes, sir. Just to understand out of curiosity.
So did you understand?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, very much.
Yeah, please ask if you have any question.
Yes, yes. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So you just mentioned that we keep multiple copies in different zones, in different regions. Okay. So I just wanted to understand. Suppose if there are consider three cities as three different zones. Okay. From a particular region, and you're saying that we keep. Suppose I have a table of my data. Okay. And we keep three copies into each individual zone, right? So how are these connected between the zones, and how is it connected to the other region?
Okay. So guys, what is happening? The very first thing is the data center. Now you save your data inside the data center servers, correct? Yeah. So if I say there are three zones, yeah. So when you save your data into that server, it creates three copy for the same data center. So you will be having three copies inside the same data center. Then you will be having this another copy, three copy of one copy of your. Okay, let me just make you understand. So first you save your data in your server. It will create three copies to save the same data in three different zones, right? Okay, very first thing. Each zone will again create the copy to save it to the connected or paired regions, so that it will be having 9 copy of the data, and that will be saved across the availability zones and the regions as well. So if something goes down in the second region, first thing, just understand, if a server goes down in the data center, what will happen? It will take the data from the another availability zone. If that is also goes down, it will take the data from another availability zone. And if the whole region is down, then it will take the data from the another region.
Okay, sir, understood.
Yeah.
This part I got it, but then how is the handshaking happening? Like you said that there is a tolerance record which is there. Some metrics are there.
Yeah. So what is happening?
Yeah.
All these are actually connected with each other with the virtual network, right? So we don't have to take care about how it is connected with each other, because it is Microsoft who is managing all those things, right? So we do not worry on those parts, that if something goes down, how it is connected and how fast it will be available. Yeah. But there are a virtual network which is connected, or which is inside those network, everything is connected. So your other regions are also connected with other regions, and also the availability zones are connected with each other, and inside availability zones, data centers are connected with each other.
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah.
So Harish bhai, so the sequence says uh, the availability zones, once the availability zones are created, after that one availability zone creates a copy into a data set.
Yes.
It's a sequence like this.
Yeah, it's a sequence. So when you store the data, there will be 3 copies of your data. It will be stored in 3 different availability zones, and each availability zones will again create a copy of the data and store in another you can say region, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, is it just a raw data, or does the data duplicates or whatever transformation we are doing?
It's duplicated.
But does that happen on a real-time basis? Suppose if my table has 10 columns, okay. So it was in zone one. Now Microsoft, the platform automatically created 2 more files and stored it in other 2 available zones, right? Just for a copy. Now suppose my zone one data is reduced to 8 columns. Okay. Then what happens is, does that get duplicated there? Whatever transformation that I'm doing there.
Okay, so you are saying about the transformations data, or you are saying about the raw data?
That's what I'm asking you. What is
See, when we
what is
okay,
stored? Is it a raw data or the real-time data that I'm doing? And
see, it does not take care about the about the quality of the data and about the format or shape of the data. It is just the data, right? So if you store your data post transformation or as a raw data, it will be duplicated.
okay, okay,
Got it? So it is not like that that you are storing a formatted data there and also a raw data. It will only duplicate the raw data. It will duplicate each of the data which is being stored, and unless it is duplicated and saved to the another region and availability zones, the process will not flag as a completed.
okay, okay, got it.
Yeah. And that is the reason it's faster to achieve, right? So when you see anything goes down over the internet, you will have the data from the other region or other availability zones. Clear?
Interesting. Thank you.
Guys, anything else? So guys, once again, availability zones just like a neighborhood, right? So if I say about the cities, right? So those are you can consider as an availability zones, and the regions are the state. Just understand, yeah, correct. Guys, anything?
All well, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Again, which I have mentioned earlier, the same thing. The reasons are here. We are comparing just like a city, and we have just taken in an example. We were taking as a state. You can also take as a city, and inside city you have the neighborhood. So just like the locations, just like nagars, or we say in the mohalla. You can just take like that, right? So we have the availability zones just like or you can also take an example of buildings as well. Yeah, so we have the buildings, inside that building we have the data centers, and those buildings are inside the locations of inside the city. So city is as a whole as a region, and inside the city we have different locations where or neighborhood where we have the availability zones. Inside a single availability zones we have different data centers, something like the same way, right? Don't confuse here. Yeah. So by separating resources across multiple zones, a failure in one zone, like a power cut or in one neighborhood, won't take down your whole application. That is the whole goal, I can say, right? Guys, if you have any confusion, you can ask me. Anyone? Okay, no one. So now, so far we have learned all the concept behind the cloud computing. Now let's look at the actual services. We have a lot of services inside the Azure, but the important part is that the virtual machines, which I'm already saying that as a compute power. Yeah. So the first I can say a compute service is the Azure virtual machines or VM. And you can think it as renting a complete computer from the Microsoft, right? So you decide which operating systems to install, which software to use, and how you want to configure it, everything, right? So it is a virtual machines. Yeah. And on the other hand, you also have the application services. Yeah. So where it is fully managed by, you can say, the provider or the Microsoft, and Microsoft manages the operating systems, the infrastructure for you, and you don't worry about the Windows updates or the server maintenance. You simply upload your applications, and Azure takes care of the rest. Yeah. Okay, so next we have the storage part there. Yeah. So we have different storage, just like blob storage. That is a simple standard storage where you can store unstructured data over there, just like video, images, other thing. Yeah. So okay, blob storage is actually used to store large amount of unstructured data. This thing about photos, videos, PDFs, backups, log files. So whenever you upload a photo or to an application or save a backup, blob storage is one of the most common storage service used there. Right? Then we have the disk storage. So generally every physical server actually has its own disk, right? So because you also need a place where you can store data, right? So when you create the virtual machine, it also inherit those space from the disk itself. So every virtual machine needs a hard disk to install Windows or Linux or save its files. So Azure Disk Storage acts as a hard drive for your virtual machines. Yeah. Then we have the Azure File Storage. So multiple employees or applications can access the same file from the different company, just like a shared folder in your company. Yeah, correct. So you can just take an example in your office. You have the shared folder where everyone stores reports and documents. So Azure File Storage provides the same functionality and same capability over the cloud. So I can just say, okay, blob storage to store files like image, videos, document, and backups. Disk storage used for the virtual machines as a hard drive. File storage act as a shared storage or shared folders. Clear, guys?
By
Yep.
blob storage. Let's today's storage we are creating a hard disk for our VMs, right? So in same manner, in blob storage also, the same massive amount of data can be stored in a disk storage.
Yes. In the blob storage, you create the storage account, and inside the storage account, you create the container over there, just like folders, right? And inside the container, you can upload your files, your images, videos, everything there. Yeah.
No, my question is like blob storage says that its definition says that you can store an unstructured data, images, videos, and backups, right? But this unstructured data is saved in some drive, if any in any of the drive in cloud, while disk storage is also working as a uh, uh, creating a hard drive for our VMs, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
what's the difference between both blob and disk
Okay,
storage?
okay. So just understand. Okay, you need a storage area. You do not need virtual machines. Okay. For your service, you just need a service of storage. Correct. So if I say, okay, you need the storage, on the behind the scene, it is also using the disk storage, right? But not the virtual machines. It is giving you the area where you can upload your files or save your data, right? That is called blob storage. Correct. So it is under the Azure environment, Azure umbrella, but not inside the virtual machines.
Got it.
Yeah. So see, every time you do not, it is not a need from the environment or organization that we also need the compute power. We do not want to process my data, right? We just want to store my data. In that case, I just need a space where I can upload my files and save it. That's it. Yeah, when we need the compute power to process my data, to perform the transformation on my data, then we need the virtual machines. And when you create the virtual machines, it will have the disk storage there, because virtual machine is a computer, right? It's a operating system, just like you are working on your laptop operating systems, right? You have the C drive, D drive, something else, right? Is it clarify the question?
Yes, bhai.
Yeah. So just understand, you need only storage, then blob storage, and we also have ADLS Gen 2, that is for the big data. Yeah, you will understand those as well. So you just need a storage service, then blob storage or ADLS. Now, when I need a compute power to process my stored data, just like maybe my file is stored in the blob storage. Now I want to process that data. Then I need the compute power. Then I will create the virtual machines, or I will create the clusters to process the data. Then the hard disk will be come in the picture. However, the same storage being used from the physical servers. Is it clear, guys? Or any other confusion or question?
Clear, bhai.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any question, guys?
So, sir, in blob storage, we will not do any transformation or any
No, we do
kind
not
of
do
like
any
processing
transformation.
is not
Yeah,
required.
it is just for storage, right? We do
In
not do any
disk,
transformation there.
in disk storage, if we create a virtual machine
Then
and
you
we
have,
save the data that we require to
yes.
transform and clean and all those.
Yeah, it is just like, just understand. Okay, just forget about the virtual machines. Just forget about that. Now you need to store your data inside the cloud. Where you will store that? You need a space to store the data.
Yes.
That is called blob, right? You have the blob storage. Now let's take another scenario. You have the data that has to be transformed. Yeah. So you need the power to transform it.
Yes.
Then you create the virtual machines. Virtual machines, I'm not saying about that you need the virtual machines to process your data. Generally, you create the clusters, right, to process your data in the data bricks. However, virtual machines are the machines with the operating systems virtually, which you can use as a computer, right? So when you're using your computer, you need the space to save your files, your data. Then you use the disk storage.
Got it.
It is the same thing, but using in a different scenario and different way. Correct? Just take an example that let's say that we do not have blob storage. Now what will happen? You have to create the virtual machine to utilize the disk storage. And when you are running virtual machine unnecessary to store only data, it will cost you. Correct?
Cost you and also take some time to refresh all those kind of.
It can be, but the important part is that it will running the compute power, it will take time unnecessary and it will cost you unnecessary. Where you just need the storage to store your data. You do not want to process it. I think that clears, right?
Yes, sir. And what about file storage? How is it different from the other two?
Yeah. File storage just like a shared folder. I told you that in your company you have the share folder where you can also store the file and somebody else can also store the file.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And what is it stand for SMB?
Sorry, say again.
SMB. It states file shares over SMB. So what does SMB stand for?
Okay, SMB stand for, okay, I have to see that.
Okay, never mind. But I got the concept. Thank you.
Okay, I will tell you. I will come back on the the full form of the SMB. What is that? Yeah. Don't worry, we will come back on that, right? Let me just wrote it down somewhere. Let me just write it down. Let me.
So in a gist, the blob storage stores unstructured data, same as ADLS does. But then blob storage के अंदर we can also store images and video formats, right?
Yes.
Can we do that in ADLS too?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so the full form of SMB is server message block. Okay, it refers to industry standard protocol, yeah, used to mount fully managed cloud native file shares in Azure files. So there's something technical, yeah.
Okay,
So
got it. I got that.
yeah. So I'm also,
It is same like OneDrive that we use it like a SharePoint,
yes,
where we
it's
can
but
where we
it's
can on a real time we can edit that file, and similarly other person viewing that same file can also see that.
yeah, it is just a shared folder. Yeah, it is not isolated for your virtual machine or any single user, right? Guys, is that clear?
Clear, bhai.
So now we are connecting the cloud resources. So generally, if you see here, we have the virtual network. Inside the virtual network, we have the virtual machines, and those are actually connected with the load balancer. There is a load balancer which actually divide the traffic between the servers, between the virtual machines, right? And those are connected with the internet. Yeah, I will show you in the later slides. So now securing the environment is important, right? So we have the role-based access control. This is something I will also show you how you can create the users. Yeah? We have the Microsoft Intra ID. Now, formerly it was Azure AD Active Directory. Now it is saying, Microsoft Intra ID. So you can manage the users from there, and on the basis of the role, you can provide the access, and also there is a MFA, which I was just saying that you need a Microsoft Authenticator app to authenticate yourself while logging to the Azure portal. So we also have MFA there. We can implement MFA for the user to access the services, right? So that is securing the network. And now putting all the things together, right? Okay, so as of now, we have learned about the compute, the storage, the networking, the security. Yeah? Now we are coming towards the putting the things together. So user is connected with internet with the help of the public IP, and then it is connected with the load balancer. Load balancer is something which is dividing the traffic towards the between different virtual networks. Also, you can say virtual machines, right? And that is connected with the blob storage. It's very simple, right? It's not a big thing. Yeah, so your request actually first travels through the internet, and then it reaches the application and public IP address through the. We have to enable that. We will see those things inside the when we are using the SQL Server instance. We have to enable that to access the the server from the SQL Server instance and the SQL Server database from the public IP. Right? We will have to enable that. We will see how we can do that. And as I told you, that load balancer is responsible to distribute the traffics, right? Okay. Now, so just understand high availability in Azure, right? So let's understand it. Imagine one virtual machine suddenly stops working because of a hardware failure. Azure continuously monitor its services. So if it detects a failure, it can automatically restart or replace the unhealthy virtual machines with the other one. And the goal is very simple: bring the application back online as quick as possible. Yeah. The second is redundancy, right? So instead of keeping only one copy, as I told you, one copy of your application of data, Azure keeps multiple copies, as I told you. Yeah. So it has the copies of your data. So if something goes down, it will just take from other availability zones or data center or regions, right? And again, we will say about the scalability. As business grows, as you need more virtual machines and more compute power, it scale automatically. Yeah. Okay, guys. So now we are at the knowledge check. So you understood what actually hypervisor does. Yeah. So split one physical server into multiple isolated virtual machines. CapEx versus OpEx, you know that CapEx is a capital expenditure, OpEx is operational expenditure. So in on-premise system, we had the CapEx technology or terminology. It converts to the operation expenditure in the cloud, right? Regions versus availability zones. Regions, the metro area, availability zones, a separate building, right? You understood it. Okay. You manage only your code and data. Which model? Platform as a service. So guys, I will share this PDF with you. You can read this out, and if you have any question, any concern, you can come back to me anytime. Just ping me over the WhatsApp. If I'm not available, I will ping you that okay, I will be connecting on this time, because sometimes it happens that I'm working in my office time, and probably I'm in meeting or something like that. So at that case, maybe I will not be able to respond to you quickly, but yes, just wait for a few minutes. I will respond to you definitely. Yeah. So if you have any question, any concern, or any confusion any point of time, you are free to connect with me. Yeah. So we understood about the physical server, we understood about the virtualization, we understood about the cloud computing. Yeah. So you have learned a lot of things today, and next we are going to create the resource groups, and then virtual machines, then network, then storage. We will create many things, and we are going to upload the data inside the blob storage, and then we will be working on the data factory in the next week, and then we will see how we can move the data from one location to another location, and then how we can perform. We can create the notebooks, and we can create the data pipeline, to orchestrate the activities, and what activities we can use there. So there are many things we can do inside the data factory, and then we will be working on the database. Yeah. So that's it, guys, for today's session. How you feel now? Did you get meaningful or fruitful information today?
Yes, sir. If someone is asked for a Microsoft Fabric data engineer part or data engineer, so I think Azure is the part of that, sir, right?
Yes, you are very well said, guys. The Fabric is designed over the Azure ecosystem. So whatever you are seeing here, experiencing here separately, you will do the same thing in a unified way in the Fabric. Yeah. So if you know Azure very well, Fabric is just a matter of you can say playing the things right. Clear? And that is the reason I have included the Azure fundamental and Azure data factory and bricks before we move to the Fabric. I could have started Fabric directly, but now you are understanding the basics, right? Once your foundation is strong, it is very easy to understand the things, right?
Got it, sir.
Okay. So thank you for. Yeah, sorry.
In our sir session, normally you mention here, sir, we will create a Azure account, we will upload the data and all those. So we also integrate with the SQL server where we can
exactly.
directly.
See, guys, yes. So what we are going to do, we are going to create the storage account. We are going to upload our data there, and then we are going to create the SQL server instance. Inside that, we will be creating the database. Inside that database, we'll be creating the tables there, right? And now we will move the data from the storage account to the tables with the help of the data factory and with the help of the pipelines. Yeah. So we'll be creating more of those things there.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Any other question before we wrap up the session?
No, sir. Thank you for the session today, sir.
Okay. So thank you guys for joining the session today. It was a little bit long. Yeah, but we had to finish the concept so that we should not come back on the concept tomorrow. I can make you understand verbally, but we don't have to come back on to explain everything, right? You know those things. When we will be learning those things again, it will be revision. Yeah.
And sir, the recording we will receive on the WhatsApp.
See,
the link will be provided.
yes, I will provide you the link of the recording. You just go ahead and watch the recording and you will get the PDF as well.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining the session. Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.